The Gauteng ANC provincial task team is set to meet in Fourways for a two-day Lekgotla to discuss local government and coalition agreements, among other issues. SABC News reporter Natasha Phiri is in Fourways and joins us live now. Natasha, of course, the water crisis in the province still should be top of mind, and that's perhaps the gravest failure of service delivery of ANC-led municipalities and metros across the province. What are some of the talking points that they're combing through at that Lekgotla, particularly pertaining to the water crisis in the province?
Well, thank you so much, Oliver. Indeed, water is one of those issues that will be topping, the agenda. Of course, earlier on we spoke to the ANC's PTT provincial coordinator, Mr. Hope Papo, saying that those are one of the pertinent issues that will be topping the agenda here, apart from issues of service delivery, challenges, and of course, also reflecting on the interventions that were announced by national government earlier on this week. We heard President Cyril Ramaphosa announcing that he would be at the helm of the Water Crisis Committee. The Deputy President, Paul Mashatile, also on Friday announcing that he actually convened a meeting with the Minister of Water and Sanitation, her leadership, as well as the leadership of COCTA, that being Nkosindiphile Xhakaza and his Deputy Dixon Namane Masemula. Of course, there was a commitment that by tomorrow, hopefully water would be restored, to the taps. But also something interesting that I want to draw your attention to, Oliver, was the President mentioning litigation against around 56 municipalities when it came to service delivery. But when we actually, probe the issue further, we found from the Department of Water and Sanitation that they indeed have opened cases. But this pertains to the pollution of water in various municipalities. And I know some of these cases are going to be heard in court soon. Municipalities like the city of Tshwane, Nakamudiri municipality in the northwest, are some of those municipalities that I can think of, at the top of my mind. I actually wanted to speak to, the various, chairpersons of the ANC in the various regions, but I'm told that they have not arrived yet. But I do see the Ekurhuleni chairperson, Dr. Nkosindiphile Xhakaza, actually walking towards us. And of course, we'll be speaking to him around various issues. But I think one issue that comes top of mind, Oliver, is 2 weeks ago, you would have seen EFF leader Julius Malema saying that he will cease to work with the ANC in all metro municipalities, in Johannesburg, in Tshwane and Ekurhuleni. And he puts my guest at the helm of all of this, saying that because of Nkosindiphile Xhakaza allegedly wanting to push the EFF out of their governance responsibilities in Ekurhuleni, they will not be working with the ANC. Thank you so much for joining us on SABC News. I think you've heard my introduction to you, the EFF saying that they won't be working with the ANC because of you solely. What do you have to say?
No, thank you very much, Natasha. Well, I don't know about that. What we know is that we do regular assessment of the executive, of the performance of government, and that's all people expect us to do. So we've been now in the office a year and 8 months. We've got a full year, full results which we tabled to council in January. We have to assess those results. We are now at the mid-term of this financial year. We have to review how far have we gone, and we have to be honest and present the assessment from those results, for consideration, because we must strengthen local government. We've been directed to fix local government, to improve local economies, and all those programs, they must be led.
So essentially, what are you saying? Are you saying that EFF councillors in Ekurhuleni are not performing? Are you saying that you are pushing them out of their roles and responsibilities, bluntly put?
There is a conversations that we've presented before the leadership to review the composition of government. And that conversation is not an easy conversation in the life of coalition partners, because some of the partners, they don't believe in the assessment. They don't want to subscribe to a coordinated way of government. You'll agree with me. There is no way that we can just function, throughout, and no assessment, no conversations about assessment, no conversation about strengthening government. And I think it's a bit, opportunistic and malicious, because, across, if you look at the city of Ekurhuleni in terms of water, we pride ourselves that we've done well. 2014, we've developed what we call a water conservation and water demand management program that led us to invest in the storage of water supply, building the 29 reservoirs, and that is why today we, are of course less affected. We are affected with the water challenges, but we are in a better position because of that foresight. In planning, you would know the 29 reservoirs, the 1.2 billion that we've spent. In fact, we reduced our non-revenue water from 40% to about 30%. By 2021, we're already sitting at 30%. How much have we moved in that non-revenue water from 2021 until now? We're still sitting at 30%. It means there's been no movement in the past two years. So it is malicious really to say, to attribute a review on government to be politically motivated. It's about us doing our work. It's about us trying to improve. It's about us being decisive in fixing local government.
Okay, just one question before I toss back in studio. You've dealt with the water issue, but crime and corruption is a huge issue in the Ekurhuleni Metro Municipality, and you being at the helm, should you not blankly be hanging your heads in shame? Week in, week out, we've been hearing what happens at the Madlanga Commission, what has been happening in Ekurhuleni. IPID this week was just something else at the Madlanga Commission. What do you have to say with that? I mean, and if anybody, including yourself perhaps, we don't know, if your hand has been found in the cookie jar, what should happen?
No, there must be consequences. I mean, across. I mean, it's not just about administration. It's about assessing consent. That is why, some of these shameless acts happened in 2023. We were not in government at the time. I mean, we must then do corrective measures today. Unfortunately, we have to, take the stand and actually communicate to our people what is it that we are doing. And you will know, I mean, we've been, out communicating. We've been battling with officials. They've been fighting back. There's been a serious pushback. Including utilizing the media, to try and push back so that there is no decisiveness in dealing with some of the roads that we're facing in Ekurhuleni, but we're dealing with it decisively, and we've been very proactive in terms of some of the measures that we've taken, and I'm sure in the week we will be communicating some of, the action. I mean, we've already served some of these officials, and they are appearing before DC. Yeah.
Thank you so much. In the interest of time, you have to cut that interview short. Of course, that was the ANC Chairperson in Ekurhuleni, Nkosindiphile Xhakaza, speaking to a number of issues, what we've been hearing at the Madlanga Commission. Of course, the EFF saying that they will be pulling out of all, coalition or working arrangements, rather, with the ANC in all Gauteng municipalities. And, of course, you've heard his response. Oliver, we will come to you in the next hour with another guest. But, of course, it's back to you in studio for now.
Natasha, Phiri, thank you so much for that. Really do appreciate it. Natasha coming to us live there from Fourways in the north of Johannesburg, where the ANC Provincial Task Team is meeting for their provincial Lekgotla.